I've just moved under the shade to be able to tell you a little bit of details on the hypothesis testing. So first up, let us understand what an hypothesis really is. Hypothesis is something like a claim, a tentative claim, if you will, an assertion or an assumption, usually about a population parameter. And population parameter can be population mean or population standard deviation. For simplicity, I'm going to stick to explaining hypothesis testing in the context of population mean for comparison. So therefore, hypothesis is all about a tentative assumption or a claim or assertion about a population parameter. Let's say the salary of the population that you want to analyze. So therefore, hypothesis testing would be a structured approach to decision making and entails a framework to formulate an hypothesis. One is called null hypothesis and the other is alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is all about status quo. Alternate is complementary or mutually exclusive to null hypothesis. Simultaneously, you cannot have null and alternative hypothesis either true or, for that matter, they cannot be either false simultaneously. One of them is going to be true at any given time. And when you look at hypothesis testing in the context of decision-making framework, the onus squarely lies on the person who is willing to take the decision basis the hypothesis testing. The rejection of null hypothesis leads to what is called alternate hypothesis. So therefore, seldom in the real world, please remember this, you directly don't prove alternative hypothesis right. You prove alternative hypothesis right as a consequence of proving null hypothesis wrong. So when I say that, why do we even construct a null hypothesis, you would be wondering. So let me just explain. We construct a null hypothesis not with the objective, as I stated earlier, of proving the null hypothesis. We construct solely with the objective of disproving the null hypothesis, as a consequence of which we can go ahead with the alternative hypothesis. Typically, a decision maker would want to prove alternative hypothesis right, and therefore we would construct the null to disprove. Basis the evidence, if you have reason to believe null hypothesis, we can disprove, and therefore consequentially we can go with the alternative hypothesis. That's what the decision maker would want to do. Hope that helps you. Yeah.